Good morning dear students, welcome back to CLE's KKCBSE School Science Online class. Dear students, in last class what we are learning? We are learning about the physical properties of the metals. Yes? So dear students, have you ever think that whether some more properties we can add there? Yes, we can add it. Just think it, what are the physical properties you can observe in the metals. Okay, so now we are going to extend the same concept about the physical properties of the metal. With this we are going to learn about the non-metals physical properties. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying and you are very excited to learn new things. Okay, so we are going to start here. Dear students, whether you have observed your school bells which makes a noise as a ring. Okay, is it? So you can see here the observation of ring sound. Whether it is a possible in another materials, whether we can use the plastic, whether we can use the stones. So here the metal is helpful for us. Why? Because metals gives us a sonorous property. Okay. So, what do you mean by this sonorous property? That is, the metals are sonorous in nature. It means they produce a ringing sound when it hits. Okay? So, you can observe the example of bell, or you can observe the bell of school, bell of ringing bell of temple, or you can observe a musical instrument. Okay, so here the examples are there about the sonorous property which gives a ringing sound when it hits. So this property is allowed to be used for making bells. So with the help of this sonorous property itself, it is possible to take the consideration of sonorous property in the metals which gives us a ringing sound. So this is the sonorous property. The question can be asked, give a reason why the school bells are made up of the metals. Okay. So at that situation what you have to be answered, because the metal is showing sonorous property. So that's why the bells of school or the musical instrument it made up of metals. Okay, so this we have considered about the physical properties of the metals. Okay, now let's discuss the non-metals. So the dear students, the elements which are brittle, dull means it does not have a shining in nature, it cannot be beaten into sheets or drawn into wires. We cannot do anything, we don't have the properties of malleability, ductility, lustrous. Okay, it is a quite opposite, or non-metals are quite opposite of the metals where they are not showing any kind of these properties. Okay, as well as these are the poor conductors of heat and electricity. Metals are a good conductor of heat and electricity, whereas the non-metals are poor conductor of heat and electricity. So they are termed as a non-metals. So these things we can term as a non-metals. So what are the examples of those non-metals? Metals are phosphorus, sulfur, carbon, oxygen. We have a list of some non-metals. So let us understand one by one. Argon, acetine, bromine, carbon, chlorine, fluorine, helium, hydrogen, iodine, krypton, neon, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, radon, selenium, sulfur, xenon. So these are some extra non-metals. Okay, so if you have prepared the periodic table, then you will get to know what are the names of or what are the chemical representation of these non-metals. Okay, so dear students, this is very important concept which will help you for the further classes, so don't miss it. Okay, so let us differentiate the physical properties of the metals versus non-metals. So you can observe here the metals. They have a metallic luster. It is a good conductor of electricity. They are showing the malleable and the ductility property. They have a high melting point and most solids at room temperature. Okay, dear students, when we are talking about the metals are usually present in the solid form itself except mercury. Except mercury, all the metals are present in the solid state, but mercury, it is present in the liquid state. So, you can observe the application of, or you can use of mercury. Yes, in the thermometers you can observe the yellow materials or yellow solid yellow liquid particles, that is the mercury. Okay, so this is the basic information you must know, that which metal is not existing the solid property, that is the mercury. It is present in the liquid form. So, last example is about the sonorous property. So, already we have discussed, it gives a ringing sound. Okay. So, here the next example about the non-metal. So, it is the quite opposite of metals, whereas the metals are metallic luster, it is a dull and colorless or to very poor color. Okay. So, it needs time to colorless to colorful. As well as these are the poor conductor of electricity. These are the poor conductor of electricity. They are the brittle in nature. They are not going to form a thin phase. They are not going to form a line also. So, they are brittle in nature. So, whereas the metals having a high melting point, the non-metals having low melting point. So, most of the non-metals are present liquid in nature or gases at room temperature. Okay. So, these are the examples of non-metals. Okay. So, these are the sonorous, they are showing the sonorous property. So, the reactivity series of the metals is a chart listing metals. Dear students, already we have learned about the differentiation between the metals and the non-metals. So, let us understand how the metals react. So, for understanding the concept of how the metals reacts with the nature, we need to understand the metal behavior. Okay. So, with the help of reactivity series of the metal, we can get to know that. Okay. So, the reactivity series of metal is a chart listing metals in the order of decreasing reactivity. Okay. So, which is the most reactive metal, that is the potassium, and which is the less reactive metal, that is the platinum. So, in general, the more reactive a metal is, the more vigorously it reacts with the other substances. So, the more easily it loses electron to the form a positive ion. So, dear students, the valency concept is in a 9th standard. So, now do not think about this positive and negative ions. We are going to learn this in a 9th standard. Okay. So, do not focus on that concept. Just keep in your mind how the metal is reacting. So, if you want to know that, we must to by heart this reactivity series of the metals, then it is very easy to understand how the metal behaves with the nature. Okay. So, here we have a varieties of metals. So, let us discuss one by one here. So, the first one is the potassium, which is more reactive, or you can say most reactive metals. Then after the potassium, sodium, lithium, barium, strontium, calcium. So, dear students, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these 5 metals are reacting with the water very easily. Okay. And the magnesium, aluminium, manganese, zinc, chromium, iron, cadmium, cobalt, nickel, tin, lead. Okay. So, here these are the metals, they are rigorously react with the acids. Okay. So, these are the why I have made this differentiation, because it is easy to remember the things, that how the metals is behave with the nature. Okay. Then next is the highly unreactive. Okay. They are not going to show any kind of the reactivity. So, what are those? That is the hydrogen, antimony, bismuth, copper, mercury, silver, gold, platinum. So, that is why the utensils, the ornaments, usually how we are, which metal we are using? Also not a very reactive in nature. So these are some examples of how the metals are reacting with other or nature. So how we can remember this? Whether it is idea to remember the reactivity series? Yes, we have a one slogan. Okay, so here just read this. Please stop calling me a careless zebra. Instead, try learning how copper saves gold. So this is one of the pros you can say. What is the pros is? That is, please stop calling me a careless zebra. Instead, try learning how copper saves gold. Okay, so what is the benefit to learn this? So please is showing the potassium, that is the P. Stop is showing the S, that is the sodium, which is represented by Na actually, but for learning or for by hearting it is easy. Calling me Ca, that is the calcium, M is the magnesium, A is the aluminium, Car is a carbon, Z is the zinc, I is the iron, T is the tin, Le is the lead, H is the hydrogen, C is the copper, copper is already same, S is the silver, gold is the gold. So dear students, why this poem is very important? So the chemical representation is different, but the poem is very easy to remember, this reactivity series of metal. So what is that? Please stop calling me a careless zebra. Instead, try learning how copper saves gold. Okay. So if you learn this 5 to 7 lines, it is easy to remember the reactivity series of the metal. So dear students, by coming to the next class, you have to be remember this reactivity series of the metal. Then only it is possible to understand the chemical properties of the metals. Okay dear students, let's meet in the next class. Have a good day. Bye bye.